Hello, Divine Sunshiners. Stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, Namago. Hello, this is Divine Sunshine and happy St. Patrick's Day. It is a day of fortune and blessings. That's always been linked to all different types of little things that have been from the luck of the Irish from Ireland. And so I thought I'd come on here just very quickly and do a DM reading. If you've seen it, our beginning of the video that I have posted, this is one that's talking about the event. The event has changed. Spirit has told me to let it be a free event. Please make sure that you go and register at DivineUnisouls11.co. I forgot I'm on this one. So you can be able to get the free information that we're giving as our virtual retreat for the playground experience. So this virtual retreat will consist of workshops and yoga and some other activities such as breathing activities. If you've seen at the beginning, we had also a lot of great speakers that are coming as well, so you can always rewind and go back and to see who is going to be coming as speakers. These are experts in the field of twin flames as well, so as myself, and we are coming to give you information to get you ready, because we're starting at ground zero with a new clean slate, learning how to rebuild while being divine. And so you don't want to miss this event, especially it's free. I always have a running joke with me and my bestie, free is for me, and if it's free, you need to make sure you get those take advantage of that opportunity. The only thing that if you want an upgrade and you want the bonus package, we will offer a workbook, meditation video, and also a journal writing activity for $20. And then we'll also have raffle tickets for to raffle off services that's over and above $100, such as for Yoni and King's theme by April Williams, a past life regression session hypnosis with Kathy D, and then you'll also get a 30-day, or you can also have a chance to win a 30-day transformational program with me as well, with support. So if you're interested in getting that and it's free and you just want to pay $5, get a chance to get some services that's $100 and above, then make sure that you go over there to DivineUnisouls11.co and you can purchase a raffle ticket as well. You do not have to be present for it. So again, you can give that, and so then I will throw each person's name into a online raffle selector, and it will select who will be a name for that. Okay, all right then. So just make sure that you do that and go run on over there. Stop if you want to do right now and go over there to DivineUnisouls11.co, and to do that you may. All that information too is also found down in the description. All right, so let's check in and let's see very quickly, and I always say quickly and it turns out to be not so quickly, of the energies of the divine masculine energies that wants to talk to us today. Very quick. He's trying to, this one is the divine masculine energies, is trying to be the angel of strength, and he's working on attachments. These attachments here, he's really trying to within himself emotionally withdraw all of the strength within him. He understands that one of the things that's blocking him, because I'm looking at this lion and how it's in front of the woman, if you would say blocking him to union or blocking him to his own emotional, is this ego. This ego has got to go. We talked about this before in other prior readings about how the ego is something that we've got to put it in check. Now, this ego also can be representative as his courage too. His courage here is either get the ego in check so it can be, because again, let me rewind. ego also can be used to be as courage too. Ego is not always the bad guy. Just like everything we have in life, there's a light and a shadow to everything. The light to it, again, to ego is, again, it does give you that courage. It does kind of talk to you and tell you, hey, you need to do X, Y, and Z. It does do that. But where it goes off the thing is when it keeps on telling you about all the pitfalls and the challenges and the things that you might come on, and stumbling blocks, and it keeps on going on continuous loop. That's why I said you have to do with that ego. You got to check it before you got to check it before it wrecks you, because you have to let it know it's a place. It's a time and a place for everything. Just like a child, like, whoa, after a while they're telling jokes, and then it gets too out of hand. I know as a teacher I can hear them telling jokes and riding on each other. Before it's kind of nice and lighthearted, and before you know it, it's starting to go for the jugular and below the belt. And you're like, whoa, wait. It was fine at the beginning when you all was playing. Now it's turning to get real serious. This is the same way it is with the ego. You can feel it when it's ramping up. It's like, thank you one time, that's it. That's why I said I adopted the saying that I got from Indigo Light, which is, again, we have to rehire, we have to re-employ it and put it into a different position. This is what the Divine Masculine is doing. I see the number 50 here, which again, the 5 means change. 0 is with that God force behind it, that circling, that finishing out, that's all in common, like the circle of life behind it, the life force behind it. And so in doing that, understanding it's a life force behind it, from understanding of this change. And he knows how he's got to do that. He's got to be an angel of strength. He's got to pull in more so the angels to help, but he's got to pull on his own divinity within himself to create this strength, this strengthening of this ego, or the strengthening of this courage in the ego in a positive way. Because it can be that, like they're showing me like a fighter. This has somebody in the corner in the ring, and like the coach is telling them, go on, do this, punch them, or you can do whatever like that. So now, at this time, because I'm in the middle of reading, I was ready then. Okay. And so then now he has to deal with this attachment, emotional attachment that he has on some things. And so the emotional attachment that he's got to deal with is that this mask that he's putting on, these fronts that he's putting on, in order to now shield and protect himself from things that maybe even the ego has been telling him other things that's been like, over pumping himself, becoming more a little bit into the narcissistic kind of ways. He's narcissistic-ish. He's not it, but that overly ego pumping him, and that's making him go beyond and be behind that false mask. So he's working on, I'm seeing a lot of 5, so it's this change, there's a shift here going on with the Divine Masculine energies, where there's this tie to the material things, to the 3D thing. But what I'm getting drawn to is how they're looking up. It's like, let me start examining this mask. Is this mask still suiting me? Although I'm still tied to this 3D stuff that's going on. And so there goes him, really, to me, when I'm looking at it, like, it's got to be something beyond this. So this goes back to, again, what I'm saying about this Divine Masculine. Before he has awakened, this is now, before it's like what things I was okay with, but now it's like I'm starting to look at it and say something ain't right about this. Something's not right about it. Before it was okay, but now is not okay anymore. So this is the Divine Masculine again. This could be, again, as I hear the Divine Masculine say, the class of 2020, I'll say this is the awoken. This is the classification of the awakened ones, that's looking and saying, this is a little different. Okay, so this is what's going on. What's going on in the 3D? Since we talk about this 3D attachment stuff, what's going on with this? Because I got my connection for the modern world mystic moon card. So what's going on with this attachment? Okay, so to me it seems like if the person is single or married or whatever, you're gonna have to wait. And so what's going on with that is understanding that they're at the point that they want to either, I say, dating. One way I would say about the dating thing is more so of, I want to say dating to me is almost like time. So it's like almost like an expiration date. This divine masculine is this awakening and understanding that there's an expiration date. It's a time, it's a date, dating things. Like you hear somebody say, I'm dating myself. Like, it's like, you know, I'm getting to a point like almost to saying I'm too old for this. Also getting to the point that I'm dating myself on things, and he's awakened to these things. It's like going by old paradigms too as well, and the way I think is an ideology, that understanding that that's got to go. And so he's understanding that right now in his spirit, he's got to learn how to be able to say yes to things. Now, and it's a freedom to this yes. It was a lot of like no, because I'm picking up again, and I think we tapped into this divine masculine where which was more so of a control freak, like it wants to control every little thing. And now I'm looking at him like he's at a bridge, like he's crossing over a bridge over troubled waters. Like, I'm ready to do this. Yes, almost like the song I was listening to, the gospel station. Yes, Lord, for the bottom of my heart, from the depths of my soul, yes, completely yes. My soul says yes. So right now it's saying yes to whatever this freedom, this new change that he understands. Is like, yes, finally. I'm almost want to say it like that. Finally it's happened to me. Right or wrong on my face, by his legs, can't describe it. So this is where it is, meeting Mr. Right or Mrs. Right, the woman of my dream. So again, this is where we are. We finally at this place here where he's understanding that this yes, this resounding yes, it's not that murky yes, it's a yes. Whatever you've been feeling in the past, I'm telling you, yes, that's it. Whatever you've been feeling, the connection with the divine feminine, I'm telling you, yes, this is it. Like, now you're making your yeses to be your holy yeses, and not just yeses, this to be like, yes, dear, yes, whatever, to pacify and to make things to kind of get it over with and get out my face. You know, like, yes, you know, okay, thank you. Yes, I heard you, I heard you. Ain't heard a mumbling word. So this is what's going on. Is there anything else you want us to know about what's happening in the 3D? I know she had to wait on that one. Yeah, guys, in the middle of a reading. Okay. Right now, this divine master understands right where he is. In order for him to really have this union, I'm seeing rainbow colors and everything here. He's got to chalk it up. You got to chalk it up to a lesson learned. This divine masculine, I told you before, the divine masculine energies, those are in the awakened, classified as awakened. These ones he understand, you know what, at the point, I'm just going to have to just chalk it up. I'm going to chalk it up as a loss. You know, a lot of times, I know I've heard even Dad had used that. I'm going to have to chalk it up. Just forget it. It is. I made the wrong decision. I'm just going to let it go. I know even with me, I've said that. You know, you lend something to somebody, they don't come around and say, hey, I ain't going to be trying to chase you around for my money. I'm just not going to do that. So, you know, $20, $5, that's all right. It's not. And if it was $200, then I'll be like, yeah, where's my money? And we about to go small claims court. But for $20, just to get rid of you and not to be dealing with you no more, I'm just going to chalk it up as a loss. So this is where they're at. They have really sized up things. They have really gotten to the point that they have looked at it upside down, downward, forward, turned it up, turned it down, and really got to the point to say, you know what, I'm just going to have to just chalk it up. Okay? So now let's go on into very quickly into what is the clear. Where does Source want this divine masculine to be at? Where does Source want this divine masculine to be at? Okay, these divine masculine energies. So if you're watching this, hopefully this again is your divine masculine. You are in the awakened level classifications of twin flames that are awakening as well. Okay, I see it right here. Thank you. Competitive. You know what? This comes out several times, but this time I'm getting a different note on this. This is like, to me, it is, several things. Like, yes, you're good enough. You can compete. This divine masculine, in some kind of way, and I've heard that pretty much in all the divine masculines, pretty much readings that I have listened to, and that's over the years, and also being a reader myself. That again, they've always said that the divine masculine doesn't feel like they're worthy. Like, I can't compete. I can't do that because the divine feminine is here and I'm like here, and she's here. You know, when I think of it's like, no, I'm not good. She out there hustling, she on her grind, and divine feminine energies, something about them don't feel good enough. This is where spirit wants you to know that yes, you know what, you can compete. If she's got somebody, you still can compete. You could come and like them over to the side and say nope, or if they're competing with ideas within themselves about, can I do this, they're like, yes, you can compete. Yes, you are the victor. Yes, you can come out there. Do I'm hearing to the victors come the spoils. You can win this. You can't win. You can't get out. You can't get out of the game. So to forget about that. Don't be thinking you the scarecrow like you Michael Jackson talking about you can't win. You can win. Okay, so this is where it is that you are really at a point that you they want you to understand your soul is saying a hellified yes, and saying yes, we can do this. And so this is what they want you to know, that you need to go ahead. Either you're competing with yourself. We always are. You're competing with the thoughts, the things, and the memories. You're competing with that. But they're also saying you're competing that you're good enough to whatever it is in the world that you want to, that you are good enough in the divine masculine energies. They want you to understand that moving you into the sun energy, understanding that you're the ruler of everything under the sun. You have control. This attachment thing that you have here, they don't have control over you. You have control over it. That's true. Okay, so that's another way it's doing now. So again, when you hear it does a chime or beeps or it does that, it's talking in the same thing. So that's true. So yes, you are able to have everything under the sun. Stop telling yourself that competing thought that goes against it, that vibration that you're sending out from your heart space, as well, that's saying that again, that is resonating. I've seen something that was talking about that earlier on one of my emails, and it was talking about watch the frequency that you're sending out, because the frequency you're sending out is manifesting things into the physical to be actually a solidified. Your thoughts are solidified, and you don't want to keep on sending out that signal, divine masculine energies. You want to make sure that the signal that you're sending out there is letting you know that you are worthy. You are supposed to have everything underneath the sun as well. And so again, that sun energy, that's things that nourish us, that help things to grow, helps things to prosper, helps things to become abundant. So this is where they want you to go. Divine masculine energies too. This is where they want you to understand that competition things, you can't compete. You know, it's always something. I think about here in the city of Chicago, we got over here on 95th Street, that is called Beautician Row, which is again beauty shop row, and they got like literally beauty salons back to back to back, right next door to each other. Well, it's always a running thing that's saying this. It's something for everybody. It don't matter if the beauty shop is right next to you. Guess what? They got customers. We got customers, because it's something that we can offer that the other one doesn't. Either it's a style, or it's something that somebody has, or it's the personality, it's the atmosphere. So you know what? It does not matter if you're saying that they're just right there. That's just like a person, even as the divine, as a twin flame, and you're saying they're offering the same services as I am. You can compete, because there's something about the spin that you do in it that's definitely different than anybody else that's bringing to the table. It's the way you say it, it's the way you sell it, it's the way that you explain it, that they get it like nobody else. It's the way they like to say, back to the hairstyles, it's the way they do the hairstyles, it's the atmosphere they have. There's nothing like the ones that's next door, so don't worry about that. So the heart of the matter that spirit wants you to start concentrating on is clear. Okay, heart of the matter, got 2 cards here: forgiving and learning for the divine masculine, and wedding. Okay, so for the divine masculines that are in that classifications of awakening, Okay, of that one, the awakening class. That's like, I'm like right there. I ain't woke. That means like, but I'm leveling there. So for them, they're understanding that, again, forgiving and learning. That goes back to this chalk it up. Okay, so if you're at the point that you're understanding that you are chalking it up, this please understand that divine masculines have gotten to the point that they have learned, lesson learned, saying maybe the whatever they're in a situation, the karmic situation, that hey, it's not worth me to keep on doing this. It's not worth me to keep on being attached. I'm not really practicing my own integrity and my authenticity by doing this. I'm not really practicing my being in my strength and my power with doing this. I need to do this. It's always, I kind of look at it saying, I'm looking at divine feminine energies, and she's helping to pull me as that role model to understand how it truly means to be in my strength and power. So forgiving and learning, we got this is in reverse, which means I'm moving in the energies that have a leg up. You got that bear there, nurturing myself as I'm going through the process, moving. That's true. Moving with a brute force. But bears, when they hit you, be like, bam, you out for the count. So understand is that brute force is say we got to keep moving. And understanding by doing that, by nurturing yourself, by actually having some forward movement, moving with a force behind it that's not of uncertainty, but it's like, bam, in your face. It's a hell yes to what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. And this is where it is giving you a leg up. To me, also forgiving, and I seen that in somebody else's video again, and that's still coming up. Some of these things that happened in the past. When I was a child, I thought I was a child. That means when you were thinking immaturely or not developed well, there was some mistakes that was made then. So you're at the point of understanding that, hey, now where I am now, again, I have some forgiveness that I have to do. I watched paranormal priestess. She was talking about how, again, our soul's journey, how it's important again on our soul's journey. And I'll make sure I put it in the community tab for you as a supplement to this reading. She was talking about how our soul's journey and so many things that we are linked to in our divine masculine energies make us seem as if it might be a thing that's stopping us to go forward. Like she's like of course the ties that we have, the soul ties that we have. So again, from exes from Texas, and no fun intended to UCPN, but those things back in the day, some things that your divine counterpart had done, and you still linked back to that timeline about what has happened back there, these timelines, and how you got to release the cords with that. And of course, past partners, and dealing with things in your childhood that you're still resonating and telling the story, which I said that before. And that's also a cord that you've got to get rid of, family members and things of that nature. Those things that you find yourself still tied to, that's going to stop you from really truly having that union experience, not only with yourself but with your partner and with the world. So this is something that you got to do that. If I was you, I practice a lot of Ho'oponopono prayer, but I'm also going to share hers because she had a lovely releasing of soul ties on this journey. A clearing of that, your soul journey clearing. So that'll be something really you want to pay attention with light language at the end. Very good. Okay, and so this wedding understanding here, this says this situation involves marriage. What kind of marriage? A thing that goes back to the divine masculine. We know the last reading, he was actually married. If you're the person who's awoke that's in a marriage or a serious commitment, or very seem like he married to the job, you heard that, or they're so linked into it, it's like they have made a vow to this thing, to this lesson or that they're in right now. Now they're trying to get to the point that they're seeing that through this awakening process, that this is not for them. They're understanding now that this is not for them. They understand that they got to move more strategically from now on here. We understand that's funny. It's got the fortune cookie here, and it's by luck, and they're saying nope again. So let's not go on by it's like by chance or by luck. These things are happening to you. I figured when they said that. It's like Spirit is saying, nope, that's not, it ain't like a lucky thing, or you shrug it off and say, that just happened. There's like, no, we're signaling you and giving you all these signs to let you know, no, this is the real deal. Like, again, that answer to them is like the card saying yes. It's like, yes, this is happening. Yes, you're seeing this. Yes, you're seeing her name. Yes, you're hearing a song to remind you of it. Yes, you're seeing these numbers, these sequences. Yes, you're seeing her birthday. This is a reminder to you to saying yes. And again, so it's for them to take time out to see what is like life right now, your life serving you, and what are you taking off the platter that you really should be leaving there and not taking. So again, so you can make sure that you think smart, you work smart and not hard. This is where he has to do that, especially for this. And this Yang, he's got to learn how to release the divine masculine energies, the divine masculine energies that he knows, that old paradigm of what a man's supposed to be. I made a vow, I'm supposed to provide, I'm supposed to do X, Y, and Z. That's old stuff. Now he's got to release, and now he's got to learn how to receive this new energy of what it truly means to be a divine masculine. Now that is a woke, because see, you can't go back and still do the same things over again, because you are a new creature. All right, so as divine feminists that's listening to this and to these energies, what can we, source, do as far as to help with the healing process? What can we do in order to help with the healing process? Okay, and so they have the question, why? So it has the affirmation, which is, I accept that everything happens for a reason, even if I do not like or understand the outcome. They're saying to you, heal from the questioning of why. Why did this happen? Why did they choose her? Why did they go off and do this? Why they don't answer? Why when I call them and text them, they just read my text, but they don't respond back? I can see that they did it because it says read down at the bottom. Why have they, when I come by the house and I'm ringing on the doorbell, they're not answering back? Why are they acting so snippy? Why is it in the 5D they act in one way, but when I talk to them in the 3D, it don't add up? Understand that right now that the purpose of the things that is happening to you and happening to the divine masculine, there is a reason for that is actually happening. Okay, and sometimes they bring it to me when you keep on asking the questions why. They're saying that there is a block you are putting up because what you are doing is denying and not accepting. And in that denial of what is going on, there is a rejection to it. And in rejection to what is going on, someone is not, you're not really truly getting the lessons. Okay. And that is something, again, it's important to understand why things are happening. Then for you to want to know what's the how, why, and how is this happening to be. It's more so to understand the understanding of why. What's the lesson behind this? Okay, I see that because I'm not ready. If you are really truly at the point of yourselves that you would really truly sit there, and you've got to get to that point where you're like, you know what, I'm not going to be BSing myself. Like, what is going on here that is causing me not to be in physical union yet? What is it still I'm working on? And if you sit there and you array your heart, divine feminine energies, you will see, hey, when I talk to him, I'm scared. Okay, do you want to be, you can't be talking to him and you got fear at the same time. That the fear and love can't reside at the same point. If you're fearing him and you're scared and you're still doing that, I'm scared if he's going to do the same thing that he did last time. Okay, well then, you know what? So don't ask in the next breath for you and him to be in union if that's something that you're battling with, because you're saying, okay, I know I'm scared he might do it again. So you're not ready until you're able to do the same thing like Spirit is telling him to forgive. The heart of the matter is about forgiving and learning. Forgive that you did it. Learn from it and seeing what you need to do differently. See what your part was in it too. Sometimes we don't want to say what our part is in it. I know I spoke to somebody and I said, okay, you keep on talking about what they doing, what they doing, what they doing. What did you do? Talk to them. First it started off with, and then before I know it, it was back to what they did. I said, you ain't ready. You're not ready. You're not ready. If we going back and forth with this, and it comes back to you circling back around about what they did, that you ain't ready. You have contributed some kind of way. And when you're ready to sit down and see that, and then go do and forgive yourself and say the Ho'oponopono prayer about that, I apologize. Please forgive me. I thank you. I love you, about the whole situation, about your part, and forgetting about the other person's part, and forgetting about whatever the karmic situation, if it's a person, place, or thing, about their role of how they did it, and understanding, hey, it's a reason behind that. We both still are learning. We're still on this journey. We're not ready yet. We're getting there. I'm not saying it's a no. It's a hellified no. It is going to be a hellified yes. And let me just work on myself and truly get into my bliss until then. I know somebody was saying that it was like, until I got to the point to stop saying I'm working and doing this because it's going to make us be in union. And I got to the point to say because it's making me, because what I'm doing is helping to get to union. Or I'm just doing it because I want union with myself. There's a difference. And some of us is operating that, hey, if I do this and I work on myself, then I'm going to get union. And that's the wrong perspective to come from. The first thing is from you. And I don't think I have to keep on preaching this on this channel to you all, because you all are pretty much, if this divine masculine is right now, I'm tapping into these awakening ones, that means that you're awakened too, and you understand it's no more about I do the work and then I've been doing the work, he ain't showed up, what's going on, what am I doing wrong. That we don't speak that way anymore. It's like, okay, whatever it is, he still has, or I still have something that I've got to work on. And that doesn't mean I'm at fault. It's okay to be not okay. It does not mean I'm at fault. There's still some work. I've told you all before, you want the divine masculine to a point that, again, all that extra stuff, whatever this thing he linked on to, you want all that ball and chain. Rather, it's an actual ball and chains we call this. If this person, like say, is married or very truly committed to something, that they're going to be able to shake it. They're going to be able to, release those shackles from my feet so I can dance. And so he could truly be able to praise about being in that moment and really be able to see the beauty and the dynamic of being in a relationship with you, and not always looking in the rearview mirror, looking behind him and still looking at the past. You want him to release all that. And that's interesting that this thing is in the past here. This is it, whatever link, because it's behind. So you really truly want them to shake that. You don't want them to bring, I know some reader told me that time, say you don't want them to bring all that karmic mess to where you are. You want them to release all of that, because that's going to be, that stuff is like 16 hefty bags they bring in, and that stink and stench of all that garbage is going to be where you living. You want it to be clean slate, starting all over again. That's why I know some of you all don't like it, but that times when you have no communication or they're in that separation, I've got to the point say, hey, it's something I still got to work on, and thank you that you're not coming there to distract me so I could truly be focused in on the things that I need to change. Okay? Because right now the world needs you, and you need to become a better version of yourself by applying and doing the work. That's why you need to come to the ground zero event on April 4th. Make sure that you come and you go over there to DivineUnitSouls11.co. Get your ticket for free to the event if you want a raffle ticket, so you can get some of those good stuff, services there as well for just $5, and see if you have a chance to win. Do that as well. And if you want to book there, that's $20 as well. But again, come. Partake in the activities, the yoga, listen to the good stuff to help to prepare you. Now, if you can't even invest yourself into something free and take some time out to listen, it starts at 2 p.m. Central, to things that's going to help to better you, then I'm going to say this, shame on you. Because again, you are the most important thing in the universe. There's no universe unless there's a you. And I'm going to leave off on that. So make sure you go over there to DivineUnitSouls11.co and register for this free event. As always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, namago. Mwah. I love you.